You're listening to Real Restaurant Radio, the show that inspires up-and-coming restaurant and bar owners, along with current operators, to pursue their passion in the restaurant business. I am your host, Kostas Lazanas, and I'm joined, as always, with my good friend, Cary Hodson. Let us guide you through the process of being a successful owner and teach you how to make an impact in today's culinary world.
Hey man, these aren't cans.
I'm
not used to bottles.
Do you not have a beer opener on your?
No, I don't know how I live my life without a beer opener on my keychain.
Are we recording? Oh my gosh.
It's all right.
Hey guys, welcome to Real Restaurant Radio episode 18. Here, use my keychain. There you go. I got actually an official Sam Adams.
Oh,
there you
perfect. Go. And we're drinking Sam Adams.
Sam Adams.
Today's episode is sponsored by...
Today's episode is not sponsored by Sam Adams Brewing Company.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, cheers. Episode
19
of Real Restaurant Radio.
Yes, sir.
Easter's right around the corner.
Yep.
And
a couple of days away. This episode will come out the day after Easter, I guess.
I guess it will, yeah. So
Easter Monday.
Happy Easter.
I think it's a holiday for some people.
Easter Monday?
Yeah, I think like the bank is closed.
Oh, because it's like the past.
You know, because if the holiday that they normally would get off is on a weekend, they get an extra day during the week.
Gotcha.
Corporate life, you forget that stuff.
I forget that. Cheers.
Why is your beer darker than mine?
I got the black lager. Sam Adams black lager here.
Okay.
Crisp and dark with hints of coca.
Okay. I just have the regular. Did you get like a variety pack or something?
Yeah, I did. The rep from Boston Beer Company, they always hook me up.
Okay.
When was the last time you brought me a 6-pack to the restaurant and be like, actually, never mind. You take care of me.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, my friend. All right. Takes a beer to warm up to you guys and get the truth out from real restaurant owners.
You know, Boston Lager's been around a long time. It was probably a lot of people's gateway into craft beer.
100%.
I appreciate it. It's still a good beer.
I think you just brewed a beer similar to this recently, didn't you? A Vienna lager? Or was that a Marzen Ale?
It was a Maibock, yeah.
Okay. I like Vienna lagers. Like the Lakewood lager is fantastic.
It was a pilot batch, but people are screaming for it, so we're going to full scale it.
I thought it was great. You brought it over, and I drank it that day at the brewery, and I didn't say anything much to you, but inside I was like internalizing it. I was like, this is actually a really solid beer. Like kudos to the brewer.
Yeah, he did a good job. Sometimes just something simple and refreshing is refreshing.
I hate to say that, but I'm just now getting on that where I'm like sipping on these like pale ales, which I never drink the pale ale. I'm like IPA. Like, why would you stop halfway?
Somewhere in between.
Why would you not go the full distance? But now I'm like, a nice pale ale is kind of refreshing.
You know, it doesn't always have to be a double cheeseburger. It can just be a cheeseburger.
You're right. 100%.
What are we talking about today?
So today, let's talk about, I'm roasting a whole lamb on the spit, and I'm going to make tsureki French toast. Tsureki is like a Greek sweet brioche bread.
Cool.
And it's braided, and it's like a traditional Greek Easter bread. It's like a sweet, almost like
challah?
Like, have you had like the, in New Orleans, they have like the Ray, what do you call it when you find the king in there?
The king cake?
King's bread or king's cake?
I thought that was just like garbage box cake with the plastic baby in it.
I think something like that. But I think you can actually make it like really nice though.
Purple glitter and
so basically, it's like this sweet brioche bread that I'm gonna sell as like Easter bread. But then also, I think at the restaurant we're gonna make a special tsureki French toast, which is like Greek Easter bread French toast.
That sounds good.
Sounds different.
If I wasn't busy, I'd be by.
Maybe I'll send a delivery driver your way.
Okay.
Drop off one for you.
Right. Cool. It's my wife's birthday that day, so.
Oh, happy birthday, Molly!
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure brunch is good, and then head to her family's house. Or
spend the day with.
I think we're kind of skipping Easter.
Okay, so kind of let the restaurant run itself.
And yeah, just focus on.
Well, see, I got my
birthday stuff.
My 3-year-old daughter and my 1-year-old daughter, so we have to do the whole Easter eggs and pictures and all that stuff. So hopefully it's not raining. Hopefully the weather's nice on Easter.
We're kind of more casual, dining. People don't think of us for like Valentine's Day reservations. I mean, we're busy. We get a bump there for more like first date kind of stuff. Like, let's go somewhere cool and dynamic, and where there's people walking around. But I would assume you guys get a bunch of Easter and Mother's Day reservations, that kind of stuff.
We get the big parties coming in from the churches and stuff like that really help out on Easter.
Okay.
Obviously, we're having the whole lamb on the spit outside. We're having live music. For us, Easter is like kind of like for Greeks and Greek Easter and Greek culture.
Greek Easter is a different day, right?
It is, but we're gonna double dip this year.
Okay, 2 Easters.
It's on the Gregorian calendar, not on the Roman calendar.
Okay.
So we're gonna.
Do you do 2 lambs?
We're gonna do 2 lambs back to
wow.
back. So our special for the month is gonna be roasted lamb sliders, or roasted spit grilled lamb sliders. So we take the whole lamb and then we'll take it and kind of break it down, chop it up, onions, tzatziki sauce, and these little brioche slider buns. Serve that with some feta fries. Something a little different.
Good. Yeah, we're kind of we're good for family, like big family or parties, groups like that, because they can order by the pound and kind of all sit on a big table and chair. So we get that, but it's not. They don't call ahead.
Yeah,
it's just sometimes everybody's here.
Well, we try not to have too many reservations. We'll say, hey, we take reservations for like big parties, like 8 or more. So just so we can like. Kind
prepare
of
for 'em.
jigsaw it in there type thing. So.
I definitely appreciate when people call and say, "Oh, I don't want to like reserve any space. I just was letting you know we've got like 25 people coming, so if y'all could have a table, and that lets us prepare more food because we're cooking, 12 or more hours in advance. So it's
or just shift around some tables,
Right.
That way you make space for them when they walk in.
Right.
Makes things a little easier.
Exactly. Or if it's at an odd time, like 3:00 on a Tuesday, maybe we can bring in another person or whatnot. Because we have corporate events every once in a while. Or like TI will go and do a charity thing and clean up a house, or Habitat for Humanity project, and then they'll swing by our place at 3 or 4 o'clock for a happy hour.
That's
so
cool.
There's this, and it's literally they're there for an hour, so it's like 40 people, and they don't all eat, and then, it's not like a full meal or anything, but we get kind of slammed at a time when we're trying to prep for dinner.
100%.
So it's nice to know when they're coming.
Speaking of happy hour, you actually inspired me. I just launched my own happy hour, and I was like, man, I need to bring in more people between like lunch and dinner. And actually, my lunch business in itself, where I'm located at in this bedroom community of DFW, I don't get a lot of lunch business, unfortunately. So like to drive more lunch sales, or just to increase the ticket of a lunch bill, I've added $5 Greek bites, like little select appetizers that you can buy for $5. And then I also did some different specials. Specifically, I did $2 off of draft beer, $6.50 signature cocktails, and I did $4 house wines. How do you feel about that?
That's like $2 off of everything. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I think that works. Yeah, we did something similar with the $5 happy hour, where we have select appetizers and drinks, all for $5.
And that's good.
It's easy to advertise,
and you can choose like your your higher profit margins. That way you're not like giving away like wings.
Oh, we couldn't do like chicken and waffles for $5.
Exactly, but you pick like your fried pickles or your fried zucchini that you can give away instead of $7. You can give them away for $5.
Right, and you can balance your menu out. Some things you make a profit on, some things not so much. But you hopefully are making a profit on the drink too. And as a consumer, it's nice to walk in and say, okay, I'm gonna go $5 at a time. I'm gonna buy a drink. Okay, I kind of want another drink. And I've got $5 more. I'm gonna buy an appetizer for the table.
$5 is a nice number.
It makes it a good happy hour kind of vibe. And I would like to see more. I should probably repost that video that Justin made.
Okay. So, and what are your happy hour on your drinks?
Wednesday we do $3 pints, but that's all day.
Okay.
Every other happy hour, it's guess $1 off house beers, beverages, with $5 wines, $5 sangrias.
Okay. Yeah, I did Monday through Friday from 11 to 6. So again, just like lunchtime, instead of just ordering 2 euro sandwiches.
It's a really long happy hour.
Well, the idea is like no one's gonna drink. Like my restaurant, they don't drink a lot for lunch. I'm like,
I wouldn't want to do. We do $5 barbecue sandwiches too. I wouldn't want that to overlap our lunch.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because then everybody would just get a $5 sandwich.
and not order lunch.
Right.
So my idea is like if they can order like lunch, 2 euro sandwiches, but then they'll add an order of spanakopita to it. You know what I'm saying? So now their bill, instead of being $15, is now $24.
Right.
You know, so if I can get them to push them to add an appetizer to their lunch, which a lot of people, we don't sell a lot of appetizers for lunch.
I mean, lots of times people don't want to eat that much.
Exactly. So just giving them that little excuse to
That's why we have
indulge a
our
little bit, it helps.
lunch specials, because they're generally, I guess they're really not that much lighter, but they're cheaper. You know, tacos or I guess we do like a signature sandwich. Right now we're doing the brisket Philly cheesesteak. I don't know. We just try to make it a little more approachable than a plate of barbecue.
That makes sense.
And a variety, because, you know, if you're picking where to go for lunch, I mean, do you get customers who come in every day for lunch? I mean, usually they're there once a week, right?
100%.
They don't want barbecue every day. We do have the, you know, select few that come in every day.
Twice, 3 times a week. Yep.
And they get...
We love you guys, by the way. We love you guys.
Absolutely. But they're not always ordering the same barbecue plate. They're ordering barbecue one day and then all the daily specials, which are different enough to, I guess, feel like you're somewhere else, but you're somewhere familiar.
I feel you.
Right.
You just said tacos, though, and I was thinking like Cinco de Mayo is coming up, too.
Yep.
So
yeah, it sure is.
What do you guys do for Cinco de Mayo?
You know, frozen margaritas and stuff. Tacos. We do. Last year, Travis made a guacamole ale. So he made
guacamole ale.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he made it again this year. 40 pounds of guacamole per barrel.
Wow. So I mean,
actual avocados and onions in the beer. It sounds really weird,
dude.
But it is weird, but it's exactly what it should be.
Okay.
It's like guacamole in the beer.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I have this character, Costa Rica. Costa Rica from come by Grico de Mayo. So Grico de Mayo. So I'm trying to hedge against all these like Mexican restaurants that are just like killing the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
well, it's Texas.
It is Texas, and I get it. And you're supposed to like that's your one day, even though like here in Texas they eat Mexican food every week, but like they're supposed to eat Mexican food that day specifically.
People love Tex-Mex.
It's good. It's cheap. It's flavorful. It's cheese and sauce, and it's everything that people want.
I guess it's not healthy.
It's not healthy at all. No,
I mean, it's not nutritional necessarily either.
So what we do at the restaurant, we make like Greek street tacos. I make a Southwest Greek salad.
It's on a Sunday this year.
It's on a Sunday? Okay. So yeah. I'm gonna push it probably Saturday and Sunday that weekend. We'll do those Grico de Mayo specials.
Cool.
And probably come up with some funky Greek Tex-Mex cocktail, something. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that.
Margarita martini. Something cool.
Yeah, something fun. And
we have the frozen drinks too. So
okay.
We'll probably do a strawberry margarita.
I swing by your place last Cinco de Mayo. I had a few minutes and I ran by there and said what's up. And you guys were pretty busy actually.
Well, I mean, we'll probably push something on Saturday, and then there's the big city event on Sunday. So the streets are closed.
What city event is that?
The Cinco de Mayo event.
Oh, you guys actually have
There's bands and it's an all day thing.
I gotcha.
We'll probably have the truck outside serving beer on the street. So we really don't have to push.
That's great.
On that day.
You should be pretty busy that day then.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Last year was good.
Good.
If the weather holds up. Freaking weather.
Weather, man. Last night we were just talking about the numbers. We actually the meteorologist was all over the news, and it was
baseball size hail.
Oh my
coming
gosh.
your way.
Yeah, Doug, go. Kiss your family members one last time before
hide
you
your
may
car,
never
hide
see
your
them.
wife.
Yeah, my goodness, the destruction it took on our economy.
I would guess
I was down 30%. You said how much were you down?
30, 35, yeah.
So it literally impacted us equally. About 35% in business.
Some restaurants closed. And I think your daughter's ballet was canceled.
Sophia did not go to ballet.
People left work early. So it's not just the restaurant industry. Like any business.
It impacted North Texas.
Well, first of all, if you think about they left an hour early. If everybody, millions of people in North Texas, left an hour early, that's millions of hours of labor gone.
Sure.
And then, not to mention, everybody was talking about it all day on their phones.
So productivity
decreased. And hiding their cars in garages, or like calling the school, or it just shut the whole day down.
And they canceled all afternoon activities for all schools across the board.
Right.
So every football or whatever
Right.
after school activity there was
Right.
all canceled for no reason.
And what happened?
Nothing. It thundered a little bit last night around 2 a.m.
Scary. But anyway. It's
sad.
I mean, you get like a terrorist threat or something, and it causes the same level of economic, I'm not saying meteorologist is a terrorist.
As restaurant owners, when we have such slim profit margins, it's like we only got 30 days to make our money for the month.
And how do you hedge against that? You can't just,
there's
you
no
can
making that
cancel
up.
some staff, but...
Yeah, there's no making up that lost ground at the end of the month.
And here I am looking at the radar, like, that's not going to happen. I have multiple weather apps. Like, I don't see it.
Sure.
But
that's
maybe
the news.
If I was wrong, and everybody's car
Sure.
got baseball
Destroyed.
size hail, then it would be a different podcast.
I don't know. But that's the news in general. Like, that's their job, is to promote. I mean, they're a business like we are, and the whole thing is to promote breaking news to increase view time. And I think a lot of our listeners may not realize that, because I think our eyes are opened because we have like a business. We're business owners, so we see that everything is just marketing and promoting and business.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's their job, is to maximize the amount of time that you're spending on their networks.
Right.
So if they can continue this developing story, stay tuned, then you're going to watch more of their product, buy more of their product.
I guess.
It's all
to me, it
business.
just adds to the, I don't trust the weatherman.
Yeah. But, they're just trying to sell ads, so they got to make their ends
Probably
meet.
drove a lot of traffic to weather apps.
Yeah. What else, my friend? What else is going on? You said it's your wife's birthday. You're going to take her out somewhere. How are you going to manage the restaurant and your wife? Are you at that?
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it always is.
Staff up, and then,
hope for the best. Yep.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
It's that balance, balance of, and the same thing with me on Easter. Like,
check your phone when you go to the bathroom, like
all those things. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Or sneak it between your lap. You're like, oh, let me just see real quick. What's the,
right.
My, I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and we're going to be going, I gotta go, like, I can't like miss their Easter egg hunts and all this stuff. So I'm like, guys, y'all just got to run the restaurant. So I'm going to get there actually at 3 a.m., get the lamb on the spit, start roasting that thing. I'm going to stay there till about 9 a.m., come back home, wash off all the smoke and charcoal off of me, and then take the family to church and go do the whole Easter egg thing, and then essentially miss the rush and try to get back. I might swing back around 2 o'clock and hear about the damage.
Wow.
See how that works out. But I got good staff on. I'm pretty confident. I got my best cooks on, my best service staff on.
Do you ever find that when you're not there, your staff kind of feels like, why should I work if you're not working? It's like, but I got here at 3 a.m.
They don't.
What I mean? I can't work 100% of everybody's hours.
I want to say that I felt that same way about my boss. And I think I was kind of right about my boss, because he was like in Greece for 6 months out of the year.
Oh.
But like, they don't see that we're doing a podcast right now. Like, this is work. Like, we're promoting our businesses. We're promoting, we're giving back obviously to you guys by trying to like let you guys know. But
it's you were here, 9 to 2 or whatever.
You don't know that I was here till 4 a.m. fixing an ice machine.
And I got here. I got here 2 hours after you did, but I'm gonna be here.
I like to say that, like,
I don't know what to do about that.
I tried to like rationalize it. Like, I hate to say it's like in a like demeaning way, but like, they're children and they just don't have any idea. They have no concept of like what I do or what I sacrifice, and they never will. And it's not their job to know. Like, they just need to show up and just do their job, and don't worry about like what I.
Some of them want to open their own businesses, and some of them want to be involved. I don't think it's just being naive about it. It's natural. You felt that way.
Yeah.
Before. Like,
you don't know what
I still feel that way now sometimes. Like, I'm here busting ass, but where are you, you know?
Sure. Or you might feel that way, like, towards other people, like, you know,
I didn't
government officials or something like that, but you don't know
how much they're actually doing.
Yeah, like, you don't know, like, maybe, they're...
Why is government so slow?
They're fly fishing in Montana, but maybe, like, they're, like, thinking about...
their constituents.
All the things, maybe, or not.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
I didn't have an answer and into that conversation.
I don't know.
I was just kind of wondering, you know, how to handle that mentality and dynamic. Or maybe I'm too sensitive to it. Maybe that's the way to handle it.
That's not just employees. I think that's just people in general. I think your customers see you as like this, like, billionaire restaurant owner.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't have $1 billion? Come on, dude.
I mean, I didn't want to tell anybody.
These golden
It's in my sock
microphones.
drawer. Yeah, exactly. It's in my sock drawer over here. Let me show you after the podcast.
What's the address here?
But it's crazy. Like, I think they see the money, they see the cash flow, but they don't see the expenses.
Oh, that's true.
So so your server, even my servers are like, oh, you know, your sales were $3,000. Oh, so Kostas made $3,000 today.
Right.
So he's making $3,000 a day. So he must be making, I guess, like $1.5 million a year.
Right.
Because that's his sales.
Right.
It's like, yeah, there's
about that.
There's something else besides just sales. There's something else that goes into it.
There's
like
so many
food
expenses.
and employees and rent and you know, I'm paying like $6,000 a month in rent. You know, it's just like,
so maybe it's like clearly defined roles helps. That's the only thing I can think of is, you know, you're here to do this, this, and this. It's my job to do this, this, and this. Let's not, you know, start to judge each other unless we aren't accomplishing those things.
Yeah, well,
because your employees do judge you too.
Of course they do. It's natural. Everybody judges their boss.
Right.
I mean, it's a natural human thing. I don't want to like bash the new generation, which everybody does. It's so easy.
How old are you, Kostas?
Well, I'm 31, but like I'm saying, like the 18-year-old kid.
Oh.
Like I'm just saying, like they may like, hey, listen, like.
Sense of
I'm
entitlement
giving you a job.
thing?
Like, I'm giving you a job. Like, your job is to perform for me, and my job is to pay you. And, like, that's our relationship.
Yeah. I've had that conversation recently. Someone's consistently late, and I was like, dude, what's going on? Like, I'm tired of the excuses. This is your job, not my job. Do you want to work here?
But I had something to do.
I'm not late paying you.
Yeah. Well, for mine,
Well,
like,
would it be cool if I paid you 2 days late every week?
funny how things change a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, same thing.
You just have to put it in perspective and be respectful about it. Like, I wasn't mean, and that's a lecture, but it's really just a conversation about, like, what is the deal?
Well, mine's like, why didn't you take off school today? Well, I can't take off school, but you can take off work. Like, they're both required. Like, you can't just skip. You can't be fine in the morning but sick at 5 p.m.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. Like, you're fired. Like, I got to let you go. You no call, no show.
Yeah.
3 times. Like,
I mean, sometimes you have to.
I pick and choose my battles. Trust me, I do.
Pick
but
and choose. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you can't just like let someone walk all over you, because then the rest of the staff is just like, oh, I can come in whenever I want.
It's like oh man, I'm really sick today. I was like, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I saw a Snapchat of you like chugging a bottle of Crown, or whatever.
Exactly. Sunday morning they got food poisoning. It's like, I wonder why you're really throwing up. Bad Chinese food.
Yeah. Pop 2 Advil, drink a glass of water, and you'll be okay. I promise.
That's so funny. That's crazy.
Yeah, everybody has to deal with going to work not at 100% at some point in their life.
The thing is your employees will test your boundaries. They're gonna if you let them get away with it, they'll get away with it. If like that's like you're fired because you didn't show up, then the other employees are gonna see that and be like, I can't not show up.
And you're the standard.
Yeah, so you have to really set the standard.
Yeah.
And but that's are we talking about people again? Why are we always talking about people all the time on this podcast, Cary?
It happens. It's all about people.
People, processes, and procedures, right?
Yeah.
That's the name of the game.
Hey, so what I heard this thing, you mentioned Uber, or there's a theory out there.
Oh my gosh. Did I tell you about that theory?
Like the next evolution
I was listening to this.
Of food delivery service.
So this is crazy. If you guys are still listening, I know we're like 25 minutes into the podcast, but I was listening to this other I forgot where I heard it from, but they were talking about like all these online ordering companies are looking to like essentially cut out everybody. First of all, this is like a little longer down the road, but like go into like driverless cars. So if the Uber doesn't pay for an Uber driver because the cars are driving themselves, then they're making that much more money.
How do you get the food out of a
driverless
car?
They actually, I'll have to send you a link. There's one that's like a pizza thing, and they actually like stack it in there, and like it shoots it out after you pay. Anyway, it's crazy.
It's like the red box of pizza.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send you the link. But specifically, what they were talking about is actually cutting the restaurants out. Like instead of ordering Opa Greek Taverna or Intrinsic Smokehouse and Brewing Company, they would have Al Smokehouse and Hercules, Greek restaurant, and that would be like their own signature brands, like a I don't know, members mark for Sam's Club.
Right.
Or how they have like their private selection for Kroger or whatever.
Essentially the same thing for less. And people buy into that for sure.
Yeah. And what they could do is they can actually go buy a warehouse in some design district, warehouse district, and they can build kitchens and staff those kitchens and have almost like an Aramark style kitchen, and they can have different concepts and they can create menus.
Or contract with Aramark.
Or something.
Yeah.
There's things that they can do to cut us out completely, which that's just kind of a scary thing because they're the ones that are, at the end of the day, their biggest thing is that they're able to connect with
They hold the power because they have the customers.
And if you have the customers, you can direct them wherever you want.
And even if you're pissed off that they are doing that, you're not going to stop based on principle using their service to sell your food to customers, right? Yeah.
What do you think about that, man?
I don't know if that their business strength is in that. Certainly, they have enough money they could hire that. They've expanded from ride sharing to food delivery, and they are very good at logistics. I would assume they could hire the right people to
if they have the
build
money, they
these
could build the
centers,
the warehouse. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
It makes sense to me because
Amazon has their own warehouses now. You know what I mean?
And they have their own products too, right? Like the Amazon. I think I bought the other day. I bought an Amazon extension, Amazon phone charger.
Right.
And it said Amazon. It's stamped on with Amazon.
Right. They have their own products. Amazon could do it too. Do food too.
Yeah. And I think they already have Amazon Eats. I don't think it's here in Dallas. I think it's in Plano.
The fast food, generic garbage food market's still alive and well.
Yeah.
Some people don't care. It's about if it's 100% about convenience, then they might go for it. Or are people going? I feel like the people on Uber Eats aren't going to buy from a specific restaurant as much as they just discover the type of food they want.
But when you're on the platform,
so you're just another.
Yeah.
Like, do they care about Opa?
It's not a
culture.
I think that they're on their phone and they're
loyalty thing.
I think they're clicking on the product they want. I want barbecue.
Right. Because there's a million sellers on Amazon, right?
Sure.
You're not loyal to any of them.
No.
You're just getting whatever
you want
at the best price.
And if they're using their own product, guess what's going to be on the top of their app? It's going to be their own signature product, and it's going to be sold at a discount because they're not having to pay.
Their margins are better.
They don't have to pay the restaurant 70%, whatever it is.
Dun dun dun.
We'll see. It's crazy.
What are you gonna do?
At the end of the day, you got to focus on your. I mean, nothing can replace guests coming in your restaurant and experiencing your culture, your establishment. So having restaurants like ours where you can actually come inside and feel something, feel some type of way. I mean, in my restaurant,
sorry, that's a lyric to a rap song. Yeah,
but if you're obviously Intrinsic's got like this swanky, funky brew pub, industrial chic kind of feel to it, and mine's like this, I don't know, European.
Well, if you can get beer delivered
bar,
too,
that's the next legislation. I mean, you're more on that side than I am.
Beer delivery, food delivery.
Yeah,
why go anywhere?
So, but I think people still want to go out. I mean, as much as we live on our cell phones and as much as we're tied in our box and living on our computers, there's still this crying out to be social and to go out and have a great time.
Yeah.
Even if it's just
cheers.
even if it's just we romanticize about it, and more of us live in our box and we just think that it's nice to go out. The malls are already collapsing because of everybody's online ordering. I don't know you would think the local bar, and the club will be there forever type thing. The church, the bar, and the club, those three will be there.
I hope so.
That's the goal. So I feel like
maybe we should start at church.
But even that's going online now. You can stream it online. Yeah. It's crazy.
Nah, they rely on a sense of community and human connection.
100%. So I think our businesses are pretty sustainable for a while, but just
it depends on how much of your business is relying on that new service. Because 99% of restaurants weren't delivering food.
100%, yeah, and then there was a need for that,
and that's why that market blew up so fast. Was because it was an easy way for me to go online and click a couple buttons, and then they send me this device and send out a photographer, and then we're online.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have to buy a driver. I don't have to figure out, my driver has nothing to do today, and then too much to do tomorrow.
Well, at least I like the fact that there's competition amongst the delivery driving systems.
Mm-hmm.
If there was just Uber Eats.
Right. Someone's going to think of that, though. We'll see what happens.
Of what I talked about earlier about the whole concept, the
Right.
the private labels.
Right.
It makes complete sense, especially if you already own the game.
Right.
On all the other factors. Why not? What is that called? Vertical integration.
Right.
Where you just control every single step of the process.
Mm-hmm.
So... Anyway, happy Easter, my man. I'm glad you had a good... I guess by the time you listen to this, I hope you guys had a great Easter.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys next time on Rowlett Radio. Anything else you want to add, Mr. Cary?
I think we're good.
All right. Well, just one last time before we head out, make sure you visit us. If you're in the North Texas area, I own Opa Greek Tavern. It's like a brew... not a brew pub. It's like a craft beer, Greek, fun restaurant. And Cary owns Intrinsic.
Smokehouse and Brewery. Barbecue, beer, all things Texas.
Check us out, Garland and Rowlett here in North Texas. And we will see you guys in the next episode, all right?
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.